Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Previously, I discussed 5 threat levels of evangelism. You remember, red was the deer and really Bible thumpers trying to get in our face. And then all the way to blue is somebody who just basically sits there and nothing comes out. Well, I had a response from somebody that said, don't take this wrong if you're the one that posted it, but says that I was taking a shot at it. Now, I don't know if I was supposed to what they said or not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not going to try to defend anything I said or wrote, but I want to analyze why they said this. Let's look at Christian evangelism. Many people perceive Christians as a threat, even if they don't come right out and say they're trying to increase the flock. So many people have had negative experiences with Christians that it's no wonder they see it as a threat. Let's look at that. Perhaps we should define comfort level in conjunction with threat level. After all, if someone's not impeding on my comfort level, they're not threatening me, are they? So, what's your comfort level? Can you handle the truth? The vast majority of humankind has some sort of belief in higher power. Either they're devout atheists, or devout believers in one or more deities, or they're somewhere in the middle. Most of us believe something because our parents taught us about it. Sometimes it's through the action of others, whether directly or indirectly. But the truth is, most everyone, whether atheist, agnostic, Buddhist, Hindu, Jew, Muslim, Christian, or fill in the blank, is fairly firm in whatever they believe. The thought of conversion, therefore, is threatening. I, for example, am committed to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That commitment causes me to view with suspicion anyone who wants me to believe otherwise. Why then would I expect them to react differently toward me? Here in Houston, I live in a very diverse neighborhood. On my block are Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, Christians, and atheists. On the next block over, there are places of worship for the Christians, Muslims, and Buddhists. I'll be honest, I have yet to reach out to anybody in the name of Christ. Why? They have their own beliefs. Though I believe they're hellbound for their rejection of the gospel, they believe I'm hellbound, or whatever, for my acceptance of it. It's a catch-22. So it violates my comfort level to violate theirs. What then am I called to do? Called to imitate Christ and the apostles. Christ spoke in the temple on regular occasions, but that was to his own people, the descendants of Jacob. When he did speak to the Gentiles, it was the Gentiles who brought up the subject. In John chapter 4, Jesus talks with a Samaritan woman at a well. He doesn't walk up to her and say, I am the Messiah, worship me. Rather, he slowly leads the discussion that way. He never condemns her, even though he acknowledges her sinful lifestyle. His approach to the non-believer is one that we need to note. Another example is Saul and Sergius Paulus, the proconsul, in Acts 13. Sergius Paulus was a pagan, and he was intrigued by what he'd heard about God and sent for Saul and Barnabas. Though a miracle was performed in his court, the proconsul believed, for he was amazed at the teaching about the Lord. Is it then appropriate to go boldly into people's personal space and tell them about something that may make them uncomfortable? What is it about Christ that may make one uncomfortable? Is it the alternative? Is the fact that rejection of the gospel is a one-way ticket to the second death? Is there a scriptural example of cold call evangelism? Acts 17 relates Paul's street preaching in Athens. He knows that they believe in a multitude of gods. They even have an altar to an unknown God. Well, the enterprising missionary then introduces them to this unknown God, whose name is Jesus Christ. So, through comparison and reasoning, we may be able to introduce another to Christ. But bringing up the subject with the words, if you don't know Jesus, you are going to hell, will avail you and Christ nothing but an empty nest. So evangelism has a bad rap because of a few overzealous but well-meaning folks. If this is your style, I invite comments. Tell me of a time when you won someone over. I know that friends who have received this treatment 25 years ago are still unreceptive to the gospel. Reach out with love and reason. Reach out with an open hand, not clenching a Bible to pump it over their heads.